Welcome to today's edition of Soil and Soul here on Sacred Earth Essentials, where we believe the earth is sacred and you are too. To sit in solitude, to think in solitude, with only the music of the stream and the cedar to break the flow of silence. There lies the value of wilderness. A quote by John Muir. So, can you guess what plant we're discussing today? That is correct. We are going to talk about cedar, one of my favorite trees. There are several different types of cedar. There are true cedars, and then there are the kind that are actually in the cypress family, which this is an eastern red cedar, which belongs to the cypress family. Cyperaceae, and this particular variety is known as juniperus virginiana. In native cultures, it's also considered to be one of the tree of life, and it is also a conifer tree, native to North America, but grows in other places as well. In average dry to moist, well-drained full sun. This particular cedar is not in well-drained soil due to rerouting of water. However, it is resilient and is continuing to thrive here. There are a few other cedars in this area and a few others in some sunnier, drier locations on this property. On average, they grow for about 30 to 40 feet, and the females produce a small round blue fruit. I used to squish them between my fingers when I was a kid. I adore the smell of cedar. It has lots of aromatherapeutic and other medicinal effects. Easy to transplant, tough and dependable. So how does this help with soil? Well, when we have trees, it not only helps to build the soil through the shedding of the leaves, but also helps to hold the soil together with the roots and to convert the carbon into oxygen, as well as to be a symbiotic plant with other life in the forest. So how does it work for us when we were to utilize the benefits of cedar in other ways? It's known as being an insect repellent. It's used for fence posts, clothing, storage, and bedding. If you're going to wildcraft it, I would wildcraft it to collect it in late summer, early fall, when the oils are at their strongest and they have the highest amount of an aromatic oil content. Some other nicknames for this tree are long life giver, rich woman maker, and mother. And it is also can be made into smudge bundles for cleansing and purifying the air in a space, as well as tinctures, teas, baths, oils, both essential oil and extracted oil with a carrier oil. It's been used throughout native cultures to make longhouses, canoes, clothing, baskets, cordage, tools, arts, medicine, and more. Growing up, my mom had a hope chest that we would keep our sheets in, and to this day I adore the smell of sheets that have been soaked in the aroma of a cedar chest. Cedar is also a powerful antimicrobial, antiviral, and also helps to combat mold and fungus. It can be used on your skin and also taken internally It promotes immune function through stimulating white blood cells. It helps them to scavenge. It helps to boost the macrophages that break down the old self to build the new self. Through fighting infection, cleaning up debris, and helping to heal cells that have been affected by cancer. If you are struggling with any type of sinus or respiratory problem, you can also make a nice hot steam of the cedar leaves here, and hold your head over that steam with a towel over your head, for example. It's excellent as use in a foot bath or a whole bath if you like to take baths, and also for the treatment of chronic fatigue and intestinal infections. Again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not prescribing this. I'm merely educating you. And if you would like to learn more, feel welcome to ask your trusted healthcare professionals and to do some research on your own, potentially. Right? Some cautions are that because the oils are so volatile, for example, thujone, it is a ketone toxin when taken in large quantities. So if you are going to internally utilize this particular tree, the historical records show that it's best to use in a low dose for a short amount of time and not during pregnancy, breastfeeding, or if you have any type of kidney weakness. It helps improve circulation and blood flow through the adding of oxygen to the body. And in the past, it was used by Greeks and the Egyptians as an embalming agent. The essential oil is used in the treatment of some things like acne, dandruff, eczema, psoriasis, toothaches, obesity, headaches, gout, arthritis, rheumatoidism, menstruation pain, and anxiety, because it is also a sedative, especially as an aromatherapeutic tool. The terpenes that it contains, for us terpene lovers, terpene aficionados, or learning students, it contains pinene, myrcene, saponine, limonene, thymine, thujene, camphene, and terpenine. So they're a nice cocktail of terpenes loaded in this plant. So as you can hear from this little video today, it adds so many benefits both to the soil, to your body, and your soul. When I think about it representing the tree of life and being a relaxing agent to the mind, the body, and the soul with its anti-inflammatory effects, one thing that really stood out to me is the idea of it helping to break down the old self to rebuild the new. And I know that with life, not just on a cellular level, but we also must do that with our old selves, in the sense of learned behaviors that don't serve us anymore, bad habits that are not serving us, traumas that we're healing from, physically, emotionally, mentally, and that are personality traits that we no longer vibe with. Sometimes people, places, occupations, food, if you're changing your dietary habits, your routine, in order to allow the new self to be created, in order for the rebirthed soul to emerge, one may say, you must first allow the death of the old self and the old cells. I hope this enticed you, educated you, and filled you with some peace and joy and a point of reflection today, and maybe fed your curiosity to spend more time in nature and learn more about plants. So all of these different plants that we discuss here on Soil and Soul are to help us connect with nature, therefore ourselves, and to heal ourselves, others, and the planet. All right, folks, don't forget, the earth is sacred, and you are too. Go check out a cedar tree if you have one in your yard. The juniper is the particular type popular here in Vermont. All right, be at peace and be a blessing. Bye.